Shalom, and welcome to Camp Ramah Darom. If you are a member of our staff who is not living in a bunk this coming summer, and you also have children of your own who will be day campers, spending their day with the bunk and then staying with you at night, then you are in the right place and watching the right video. First of all, we are thrilled to have you as a member of our staff. We are going to have an amazing summer that will be both enriching for you, your children, and for the community we create together. Whether you are new or returning this year, we are grateful for your dedication to our community and are delighted to have you as a member of the Ramah Darom family. Over the next few minutes, we are going to discuss a great many things that will help you to be oriented to the way that camp functions. Remember, we are a community of around 1,000 people that lives together about 2.5 months out of the year. To make it all work, we have implemented some systems and procedures for basic camp functioning. Although there is much to learn about, we will dive into a few topics throughout this video, and we'll be covering subsequent topics over email as we approach the summer. In this video, we will discuss what to expect at camp, how to approach your time at camp, and what camp will do for you, which will include things like maintenance and housekeeping requests, laundry, supplies, birthdays, infirmary basics, having a car at camp, and visitors. We will also discuss some important parts of family life, including topics relating to being the parent of a day camper at summer camp, meals, Shabbat, and some obligations that all staff members have as a part of our camp community. Let's begin. Camp is awesome. It is fun and inspiring and offers us an amazing community to be a part of and contribute to. It can be an incredible place of growth for our kids, for ourselves, and for our families as a unit. We also recognize that camp can be a challenge. Adjusting to a whole new schedule, job, and way of life. There is a lot of change when coming to a place like Ramah Darom from your own home. So it is important to remember to be flexible. We take what we do very seriously here and plan as best we can, but with summer camp, things don't always go exactly as we had planned them to be. Flexibility, not the physical kind of course, but the kind that helps you to work with others and helps you to innovate even in the face of adversity, is the kind of flexibility that will be most valuable at camp. Also, remember to lean on each other. We are only as strong as we are together. Camp is a team environment in every sense. We all have additional obligations and projects that we end up working on with the camp community outside of our specialty. We act as a community and often need our staff to play multiple roles throughout the summer. Please don't be surprised if you are asked to help out with any number of things for arrival or departure days, or to take on a special role in a program or event. We encourage you to find the time and space to help our fellow staff to have successful programs and smooth transitions. Always make sure to clear any additional responsibilities or projects with your supervisor before you take them on. Always remember that others on our staff of over 200 are in the same boat as you, and if we work together, we will have great success. So what will camp do to help you? In the next few slides, we will explain some of the systems we have in place to help you as you live and work at camp this summer. If you have a maintenance or housekeeping request, please fill out a form for your needs at the mailroom or tzorchaniyat. This way, we can meet everyone's needs in a timely fashion and make sure every issue is addressed. You might be wondering how you will do your laundry at camp. As non bunk staff, you'll have a few options. Option 1, and the least work-intensive option, is to use the laundry service provided by camp. You can label your laundry bag with a colored tag that we will give you upon your arrival and drop it off on your assigned day. Your laundry will return washed and folded for you the following day. This is a free service that camp provides. Or you can do it the old-fashioned way and grab a bucket and a washboard. Just kidding. Doing it the old-fashioned way at Ramah Darom means using the laundry machines on site at the Retreat Center, Marcus Lodge, and Lakeside Hotel. Please supply your own laundry detergent and fabric softener and abide by basic laundry etiquette. For everyday supplies, materials, and to make copies of lessons or worksheets, go to the Sorchaniya or mailroom located on the bottom floor of the Mountainside Chadar Ochel or dining hall. If you are celebrating your birthday at camp, we'll even bake you a cookie cake, or a gluten-free cake, or a vegan cake, or a vegan gluten-free cake. The infirmary at our camp is called the MARP, which is short for the word mirpa'ah in Hebrew, which means infirmary. If your child is sick, please take them to the MARP to be seen by a nurse or physician. Please do not take your child to day camp with his or her bunk if you suspect they are sick. It is important not to spread germs or ailments around camp, as we are a tight community. Be in touch with your direct supervisor and the Rosh Edah for your day camper to arrange coverage for your missed time at work and to make sure your day camper has what they need and the Edah is aware that your camper will be absent. If you are sick, please go to the MARP and get yourself checked out during staff clinic hours, which are generally in the afternoon, although the specific time will be posted outside the MARP and the Chadar Ochel. If you need to miss any of your work obligations, please speak with your supervisor, who will be able to arrange coverage in your absence. Remember to rest up and get better. We need all of our staff ready to rock, so make sure to take the rest that you need to get back on top again. If you are thinking of bringing a car to camp, you are welcome to do so. We ask that you follow the following camp rules with regard to cars at camp. Please register your car when you arrive at camp and put the Ramah Darom decal on your windshield. Our security team monitors the vehicles at camp, so it is important that we are able to identify all transportation in camp in order to keep us safe. We ask that you please park in designated parking areas based on where you are living in camp. If there is no designated parking space by your living area, there is a staff parking lot next to the baseball field where your car will be able to stay while you are at camp. Please do not drive your vehicle around camp unless you are exiting the campus or returning from outside camp. If you do have to drive around camp, the speed limit is 5 miles per hour, as there are kids and adults of all ages all over camp. Finally, you may be asked to move your car around arrival days so that we can accommodate camper family transportation. Please follow instructions if you are asked to move your vehicle. You are also welcome to have visitors at camp, but we ask that you adhere to the following guidelines. Please book all visitors to camp, including spouses and families, with our summer business manager prior to any visitors arriving at camp. Our summer business manager will be able to make sure your visitors have a place to stay, appropriate tags, decals for cars and wristbands, and that we have enough food for any meals they may be staying for. We also have rates for visitors at camp who will be staying overnight. It is important to check with our business manager for any fees that may be assessed for visitors at camp to cover additional hotel rooms and/or meals, maintenance, or hospitality. All visitors must register at the Welcome Center upon arrival. Please do not bring any pets to camp unless you have permission from the camp director. Now we are going to talk about some of the nuts and bolts of camp as a family. Because we are a large community that works and lives together, it is important that we recognize as a kehilah that many of our staff are not only employees of Ramah Darom, but are also parents of Ramah Darom campers. We will talk about a few things in the next few slides that are particular to day campers and also discuss some general family questions and guidelines. We will discuss what to pack daily for your camper, how to drop off and pick up your camper, Yoatzim as the basic line of communication, Shabbat at camp, days off, and being the parent of a camper. When your day camper prepares for a day with the bunk, he or she should pack a backpack with the following items: a water bottle, hat, sunscreen, sunglasses, bathing suit, towel, and bring a change of clothes or other items as necessary. Please also wear or bring closed-toed shoes. Please take your child to meet his or her bunk at breakfast, where they will stay and participate with the other campers in the bunk for the rest of the daily schedule through dinner. To pick up your camper, there are a few considerations. It is your choice based on the needs of your child as to whether he or she participates in the evening activity for their Eidah or remains with you after dinner. Please be present when your child is dropped off to you. Your child will not be left unattended. You will then have to go pick your child up at their cabin. Every Eidah or age group will be assigned a yoetz or parent liaison. The job of a yoetz or yoetzet is to know the campers, work to support their success at camp, and communicate with the families of our campers at home and at camp about their progress throughout the summer. Please utilize your yoetz for all communications regarding questions or concerns you have about your child camper. Please do not go to the Rosh Eidah or to the counselor. Remember to coordinate all child drop-off and pickup with your child's yoetz. It is important that we use the proper channels to make sure we are all on the same page. On Fridays, our schedule is a little different as we end our regular day early in order to prepare for Shabbat. You will receive a specific schedule for Friday obligations. After, you are invited to join with your assigned Eidah for Hachana LaShabbat, Shabbat services, and all programming thereafter. It is also important to note that on Friday nights, we have some special staff events, including a staff shiur or learning discussion after dinner, a Shabbat oneg, as well as a staff hockey game following the oneg. If you are able to self-organize childcare, there may be other staff members who would be willing to rotate and help out so you can attend a staff oneg. Your camper will follow the exact schedule of the Eidah, including Shabbat and any alternate schedules. On Friday, your child will stay with the cabin all day and get ready for Shabbat in the bunk with his or her cabin mates. Remember to pack Friday Shabbat clothing in their backpack so they can change and get ready for Shabbat in their cabin with their bunkmates. Please pick up your day camper after dinner in the Chadar Ochel. Shabbat at camp is magical. We ask that you please be present for Mincha, which is typically at 5:30 p.m. in the amphitheater or Beit Am. Please also be present for Sudah Shlishit and Havdalah. Havdalah at camp is one of the most special times of the entire summer. Don't miss it, and remember to wear your dancing shoes. Your day camper will have a full day of programming with his or her Eidah. If you wish to schedule time with your camper on Shabbat, please coordinate with the yoetz. Please take your day camper to breakfast and drop off your day camper with the Rosh Eidah unless other arrangements have been made. Have your day camper dress in Shabbat attire and have a backpack with play clothes along with a bathing suit and towel, hat, water bottle, sunscreen, and sunglasses. Please pick up your child after Shabbat at the top of the amphitheater or back of the Beit Am or covered basketball court after Havdalah. Being able to work at camp and have your child at camp with you is a wonderful thing. We love our camp families and want for you to have an enjoyable experience as individuals and as a family unit. Because we have many families with campers in camp, it is important that we set some policies in place to make sure we are promoting a healthy environment for everyone. In the next few slides, we will discuss some things our families can do to create healthy boundaries with our camper children and protect the camp experience. Please give your child a hug or a high five as you pass them throughout the day. However, it is important to set some boundaries. We will explain why on the next slide. Please try not to approach your child at his or her bunk table during meals or in the middle of activities or programs. At meals, there is staff seating in all 3 sections of the Hadar Ochel. Please try to choose a dining hall in which your child's bunk does not sit. With counselor approval, your child can come visit you at your table during meals. Please remember that we are not asking you to ignore your child. However, the reason we ask all of our staff to set boundaries with their children who are campers is twofold. First, approaching our own child while they are surrounded by their bunkmates could be very difficult for the other campers in the bunk. Other campers may be homesick, and seeing another camper with their parent at camp could be very hard for them. Please be sensitive to all of our campers' needs and their experience. Second, remember that as a part of our staff, you are committed to also giving your child the full camper experience. They too have the opportunity for the independence and relationships that are built throughout each summer with counselors and peers. We do a lot of eating at camp, and it is important to know some basic information and procedures for the dining hall, which is known at camp as the Hadar Ochel. There is a section of the Hadar Ochel that has been reserved for staff members. Please find a space and sit at any of the staff tables. We ask that you wait until all of the campers have been served before taking your own food. We also ask that you be a dugma, an example, and participate in the brachot before and after each meal. Finally, please refrain from making special requests of the kitchen, as there is food at every meal for every kind of diet. We have a few basic dress code rules in the Hadar Ochel. Male campers and staff members are required to wear a kippah, and women are encouraged and invited to do so. No hats should be worn during mealtimes. All campers and all staff members should have their shoulders covered. For many of you, your day off will normally be a Wednesday. This day in camp is known as Yom Miuchad, or special day. Most specialty departments at camp are closed, and the counselors in the bunk plan a full day of programming or a trip out of camp for their Eidah. Please know that your child will still have a full day of programming planned for that day with his or her age group. If you are planning to have your day camper leave camp with you on a day off, you must please coordinate with this with the yoets in advance so they can plan for the camper's absence. You are welcome to leave campus for the day. We ask that you leave anytime after the sun comes up and return to camp by 8 p.m. For any special arrangements, please speak directly with your supervisor. It is critical that you check out of camp when you depart and check in when you return. For the safety of our campus, we must be aware of all people who are on the property. In case of emergency, we will be able to account for all persons. Please follow the directions you will receive about checking out and in whenever taking a trip out of camp. Remember to use this time off to your advantage. Rest and recharge, and spend the day in Clayton or one of the nearby towns or Lake Burton. There is a lot to do that is close to camp. Every staff member has some responsibilities connected to a specific Eidah of campers. In addition to your daily schedule that you will receive from your Rosh or supervisor, you will be serving as an additional staff member at some of the Eidah programming throughout the week. This will give you an opportunity to develop more relationships and feel a connection to the camp culture. Think of yourself as the aunt or uncle to this group of campers. Be there to talk with them and be an additional mentor, teacher, and friend. Please try your best to attend tefillah each morning. You may bring your child with you or may bring them to meet their Eidah before tefillah in the morning, if you have arranged this with the yoets. Tefillah is generally from 7:30 a.m. to 8:20 each morning except on Shabbat. You are also welcome and invited to attend Peulat Erev with your assigned Eidah as well if your schedule allows. We recognize that everyone at camp has a lot to do, but our relationships with the campers are our first priority as staff members. In order to form those important relationships with them and be more than just instructors, we need to be a part of their lives and spend time interacting and having fun with our kids. After all, it is summer camp. All staff members are expected to be at Sevet Limud or staff learning each week on Thursday nights at 10:30 p.m. We plan to have great snacks and great conversation. It is also important for us as a staff to learn together and to spend time together as a kfutza. We ask that you please self-organize childcare and that you do your best to attend. Finally, Hadracha, which is our professional development program for staff, will be scheduled throughout the week. This is something that you will attend with your entire specialty staff. Your supervisor will give you this schedule when you arrive at camp. Finally, although there is much to review with regard to our safety policies and procedures, a general rule to follow is that if there is an emergency and the loudspeaker requires all camp to be accounted for, non-bunk staff will congregate by the pizza oven next to the dining hall and check in to be sure that all staff and campers are accounted for. If you are with campers, please bring them to the field in front of the Chadar Ochel and have them sit by bunk until their counselors arrive. Your day camper will also be counted with their bunk if it is during a time when he or she would be with their age group. You will receive a safety manual at camp when you arrive and check in at the Welcome Center. Please take some time to read through the safety manual as well as the quick reference guide to emergency procedures. We will review all of the procedures during staff week, but if you are coming to work at camp for session bet, then we will send the safety manual to you in advance over email. Because we are in the summertime Georgia mountains, we sometimes have rain and thunderstorms. Although it is not often, we ask that in the event of a thunderstorm, you please find a safe and covered space. If you are with the campers, break out those rainy day programs that you've been carrying with you and put them to good use. Be resourceful and creative, and remember to have fun, but be safe. Please wait until you hear the all clear signal before you return to your normal schedule. If you have questions, ask anyone who has a radio or walkie-talkie to page your supervisor for an update. In closing, we ask that you review some of these ideas and policies with your children before coming to camp so that they understand how things will work while you are here as a family. This summer is going to be incredible. Camp is fun and reinvigorating, and there is camaraderie and innovation in being a member of the non-bunk staff team, also known as Magshimin. We hope you are looking forward to your time at camp as much as we are to having you. Please feel free to call or email me with any questions at the contact information on this slide. Shalom, and see you soon.